Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Daemonhunters, where things are starting to get kind of desperate. With the Codex Toxicus destroyed by the Demon Prince Cadex and only 3 of the Demon Princes eliminated, we have no further means of tracking down the remaining princes and putting an end to the scourge of the Bloomspawn. During the interrogation of the captured Demon Prince Cadex, however, Inquisitor Waifu determined that it would still be possible to put an end to the Bloom if we were to sever its connection to the material world at its root. So, good news. Yeah, not quite. Because the roots of the Prime Seeds are located deep within the Garden of Nurgle, the Plague Lord. And the Garden of Nurgle is located deep, deep inside the Warp, somewhere we cannot go. And even if we could get there, and we can't, nobody possesses a weapon pure enough and powerful enough to be able to sever the roots of the Prime Seeds at their source of their power. But there is one Grey Knight who does possess such a weapon, who is already in the Warp, who in fact has been cursed to wander the Warp for the best part of the last 1,000 years. And we did meet him briefly on board the Eldar Craft World, where he was momentarily drawn out of the Warp by the colossal chaos energies that we unleashed there. And it's Inquisitor Waifu's plan, and it's a fairly desperate plan, that if we were to recreate those circumstances by destroying all of our remaining Prime Seeds at the same time, in a suitable location, the energies released might be enough to attract the attention of the Supreme Grandmaster again, so he can kill the roots of the seeds for us. Like I said, it's a long shot, but it might just work. First, we're going to have to find a suitable location. Naturally, it's going to be inside one of the warp storms that ravages this sector. But while the Baleful Edict is damaged, the Geller fields are still intact, so the ship itself shouldn't take any damage from the warp storm itself.
This planet, Sucrista, matches our Auspex telemetries. The veil between the Sea of Souls and real space is slim.
The cathedral here was once a monument to the Emperor's majesty. Now it's a ruin to blasphemy and sacrilege.
I can feel the emanations of misery within. Commander, this world is overrun with the Bloom, while the warp storm narrows the precipice between our real space and the warp. This is as close to an ideal candidate we are liable to find for this ritual. With your leave, I will prepare the Prime Seeds for the mission ahead.
So it is here on Sucrista where the ritual of destruction is going to be attempted. Deep within a warp storm, corruption level off the charts. I still have low support from Grandmaster Kai because I refused to destroy all of my seeds, and honestly, at this point in the game, that was a serious error of judgment. Because in return for keeping my hands on a whole bunch of seeds that I do not actually need anymore, I've had my access to the armory cut off, and I could really use some more tier 3 master-crafted weapons and armor. I'm going to hold up here for a couple of days to the next Grandmaster's report and see if Grandmaster Kai is going to change his mind.
I must begin with your exterminatus order. At times, we must think the unthinkable. Such is the burden and the duty of the Ordo Malleus. Do not think it a failure, but remember the price of such decisions is steep and not one to be made lightly.
Commander, warp storms continue to expand across the perimeter of this sector. We have not received any transmission from Grandmaster Kai, but Titan support, thankfully, appears able to reach us.
Hooray! Armory access is still cut off. I have 20 requisition points, and I can't spend them. Slightly more concerning, although completely in character for that twat Varden Kai, we are about to attempt to make contact with the Supreme Grand Master of the Order, who has been lost in the warp for 1,000 years, and all he can go on about is the Exterminatus Order, that at this point in the game happened months ago. I am saving the game here, by the way. This is not a mistake I'm going to make twice. Anyway, game saved. Fuck that miserable old bastard Grandmaster Kai. Let's get this shit done.
All is ready, Inquisitor. The wards on the Prime Seeds are reaffirmed and are in your hands.
Good. I will blaze them into the warp with the Emperor's purity.
A pale ember against the flame of 1,000,000,000 tormented souls.
Cease your prattle!
Inquisitor!
It is nothing, Dominus. Initiate teleportation.
Hold strong, Vakir. My brothers will protect you to the last.
Thank you, Hector.
Hector, the Inquisitor's pulse has risen considerably.
Her resistance has proven almost inhuman. But it is clear she has finally reached her limits. I am ready to do my part.
Upon her return, then?
If she returns.
By all that is holy.
Yes, the holy, beautiful work of the Plague God.
Never have I felt such torment.
Oh, you will feel all of this and more, Carver. Soon.
Silence!
Inquisitor, our goal is the inner sanctum. You know what must be done.
So, reach the cathedral, start the ritual, protect the Inquisitor, execute her when she gets back. If she gets back. Okay? Got it. I have to say, I mean, you're watching this today, on the Saturday. I actually completed this campaign on Wednesday. And holy shit. Wow. No spoilers, but there are so many plot twists. Things are not going to go the way I expected them to go, in multiple different ways. Speaking of multiple different ways, how are we going to reach that inner sanctum? We're probably going to have to go around the sides, because Marines in Terminator armor are not going to be able to navigate that unholy mess in the middle. They just don't have the mobility for it. Yeah. Oh, and just to give you an indication of how close we actually are now to completing this campaign. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but I still have low support from Grandmaster Kai. Yeah, I know, big surprise. Resulting in a locked armory. For I think it said the next 30 days. This game is going to be over one way or another before I get access to the armory again. That's how little time is remaining. Things are really starting to move quickly. And when I finish this campaign, I can't remember the last time I played a game and I actually started yelling at the screen.
As you will.
Where I got so into it. And
Yes, Commander.
the victory when it came was so satisfying that I started yelling and cheering in front of my monitor. And this game did that. We're not there yet though, so let's crack on.
Advancing.
Intriguing. The Blackstone constructs directly conduit the warp's native inhabitants.
Brothers, take heed of the Noctilith crowns. The enemy is clearly aware of our presence here.
Chaos Dreadnought, and the first thing it does is destroy all of our cover. Well, that's fine, I wasn't planning on hiding from it anyway. Oh, it's in a bad position though. My normal procedure here would be to just teleport up to it, batter the shit out of it and move on. However, it's not in line of sight. Ooh. Yeah. That's really awkward. Because here's the thing, it has indirect fire weapons, so it doesn't need to be in line of sight to hit me. So if I don't knock it down this turn, it's going to cause me problems.
Standing ready.
Bollocks.
It will be done.
Oh, and there's a patrol.
Weapons ready.
Yeah, it is in a really, really bad position.
Unleash me.
Okay, if I move Librarian Foros up to there, do I want to do that? Is he going to see the patrol? Is the patrol going to see him? Yeah, this is not good. So that's about as far as I can move him. I still have one action point. I don't really want to be burning the Gate of Infinity this early as well, but I don't really see what other choice I have. Yeah, I mean, sure, it has a great range, but you have to be able to see where it is that you're teleporting to. Shit. Well, it looks like that is going to have to be it. What can I do better than that? Actually, you know what? Maybe over there. As far away from that patrol as possible. Oh, choices, choices. See, I need to be able to kill the Dreadnought in one turn, but I also don't really want to pull that patrol in as well. Then again, you know what? Chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever. Let's do them both at the same time. And the patrol is... Oh, it's a Chaos Spawn. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. A Chaos Spawn and a Dreadnought and a bunch of Plague Marines?
We shall claim victory with blood.
Okay. Well, first things first. I mean, I'm just doing this out of reflex. Collecting the seeds. I can't actually use the seeds anymore.
Another foul seed.
I mean, I can, but there's very little left to research.
Yes, Commander.
I've pretty much upgraded all of my gear with purity seals from seeds that I've destroyed, and I didn't realise it at this stage when I was recording it, but there isn't enough time left to research anything else anyway with the seeds. And I appear to only have the one extractor skull anyway, so okay, fine, whatever. Actually, I wonder...
I will comply.
You see, she can banish a lesser demon. It's basically a one-shot kill. But does a Chaos Spawn count as a lesser demon?
Back to the hell.
Holy shit, it does.
No demon shall avoid its fate.
That I did not know. I did not expect that to work. I mean, a Plague Bearer, a Poxwalker, sure. But I did not think that would work on something as nasty as a Chaos Spawn. Hey, whatever, you know, I'm happy to learn new things. It's not like it's a tactic I can rely on all the time. It's only Inquisitors here who can do it. Right, anyway.
Your orders?
Intercept the storm. It's time to do your thing. Time for you to do that thing that you do so well. Strike.
The foe bleeds.
And now we're going to... Yeah, we'll go for the crit. Okay. I should have done the one next to me first. Of course I should. Right, bonus stun. Sure. It's probably going to die before I can stack the stun.
Seed.
Yes, it will. Minor mistake. The one right next to it. Then he wouldn't have been hit by the reaction attack. Can't really afford to be making sloppy mistakes like that at this stage of the game. Either way, they're dead.
Seed
And
extracted.
he still has one action point. Now he is expending an awful lot of willpower here, but he's about to expend some more, because while he can shoot that final Plague Marine, it's not going to kill him. But his Stormbolter does bonus stun, especially if you power it up with a Psybolt. So that's one stunned Chaos Marine, who can now be one-shotted. Here, however, is the problem. Librarian Foros is out of action points. Paladin Thule still has 3, but I kind of want him on the Dreadnought, because he hits like an absolute truck. But he's going to get an extra action point back for doing this. And he expends the least amount of action points of the Marines that I have remaining in order to get there and do it. So let's get there and do it. So yeah, it cost Paladin Thule 2 action points to get there and kill the Plague Marine, but he got 4 action points back, 1 action point for everybody from the execute, so it was worth it. Now we need to get him back over here. Justicar Iolanthus can charge. He's not going to knock the Dreadnought back. It's too big to suffer a knockback, but he is able to get up next to it, stack a bit of stun on it, and do some damage to its armour. But it was the stacking the stun on it that was the important thing. Thanks to Paladin Thul's Execute, everybody now of course has an extra action point, including Librarian Foros. And Librarian Foros has the Psychic Shriek ability, which costs 2 willpower and 1 action point. And if I warp charge it, okay, so he resisted the affliction, but the stun took hold. Now, Inquisitor Vakir. She can't banish a Chaos Dreadnought because she's already used Banish this turn, and also it's not a demon, it's a mechanical. It can't be banished. So I'm just going to put her into cover because I need to keep her safe. Now then, Paladin Thul with 2 action points remaining. There's not a huge amount he can actually do from here. Chaos Dreadnoughts, these Hell Brutes, they have a shit ton of health and armour. That's as far as I can move him and still have 1 action point left. You can hit it with the Fury of the Ancients, but even if I warp charge it, it's just going to strip all of its armour off and do some damage. It's not even close to being enough. Hang on a minute. Intercept the Storm. Burning through the stratagems here. I'll use the Quicksilver, give him an additional 2 action points. That will leave him with 3. The Dreadnought only has 3 stun points left. And Intercept the Storm's Stormbolter is capable of stunning it. But then somebody needs to get into melee range to take advantage of the stun and execute it. So rather than shooting it, here's the plan. Queue up a Hammerhand Strike. Yes, I know I'm burning more willpower, but that guarantees us a crit. I choose the +3 stun. Stun the Dreadnought, and with the last remaining action point that anybody on the team has, finish it off with the execute. And because that also ended combat, I have time to get everybody the hell out of there before the Dreadnought explodes. Did I just take out a Chaos Dreadnought, a Chaos Spawn, 3 Plague Marines in 1 turn without taking a single point of damage? I believe I did. Yeah, let's not start patting ourselves on the back just yet, however. These were just the patrols. I have yet to make it to the Inner Sanctum. End of the turn, we've safely advanced further into the Cathedral. The Dreadnought explodes safely behind us, and then more stuff happens.
The craft world was the nursery, yes, but the bloom was perfected here. All it took was one blessed voice amidst the cacophony of prayers to your false emperor.
Lies!
Only one. That's how weak he is.
Yeah. Shut up, Cadex. I'm getting sick of your chattering. Right, another patrol. And they're nice and tightly packed together as well, just begging for a Vortex of Doom. Unfortunately, Librarian Forest was right at the back of the pack. However, because I've researched the Reflective Insight skill, it means I can use my stratagems more than once. Actually, hang on a second.
What is your will?
Justicar Iolanthus is standing right there. You can use Honor the Chapter, which does more or less exactly the same... Well, it does exactly the same thing. It does even better if you warp charge it. It's not 2 action points, it's 3, plus a point of willpower. So we'll go ahead and do that instead and save the stratagems. I mean, I have Reflective Insight. I can reuse my stratagems multiple times during each mission. But let's save the stratagems for when I really, really need them. And by that I mean when Justicar Iolanthus doesn't have enough willpower left to do one of the chapter. So, there they are. Is that inside Vortex of Doom range? I'm going to have to teleport up there. Again, no line of sight. So, yeah, let's teleport everybody up there. Why the hell not? Okay, that was less than optimal. I was hoping to get them all on top of the platform, but it's close enough. The Librarian does still have one action point. So, Vortex of Doom on the 2 Plague Bearers. Sadly, they weren't all packed together as tightly as I would have hoped. The fetid bloat drone gets away with it, but that's Librarian Forrest's job done. He's running low on willpower. He's down to 6. So, we'll just smack this thing up with his warding stave. And now, Inquisitor Vakir. She can banish again, can't she? And she can actually get up to one of those plagues. Actually, you know what? We don't need to use the banish ability. Let's take care of the fetid blood drone. Paladin Fool, get up there and hit this thing really hard. Do not be tempted to go for the destabilize with a +4 damage, because that will send it blundering off and we'll have to go chasing after it, and that will cost us action points. So just hit it really hard. He does 7 damage with this Horse Helmet. So, nice safe kill on the fetid bloat drone. It does still have an action point. Yes, the Fury of the Ancients will reach them. It will only kill one of them. Well, actually, it will kill both of them, because while it outright kills one, it also does a knockback. And they were both standing on the edge. It was either that or it critted unexpectedly and killed them both immediately. Whatever, they're dead. Not a problem. Intercept the Storm down to 12 action points. Yes, we will harvest the seed with him. Not that we need the seed, but it's an extra willpower point. And I realise that Librarian Forrest is low on willpower now as well. But Paladin Fool still has plenty. And he's basically a willpower battery. He can transfer up to 2 willpower per turn to another member of the team. So I'm not that concerned about running out of willpower. Anyway, moving into the cathedral itself. We kick the door down, we say, look, we're sorry, we'll pay for the damage, because as you can tell by everybody's accents, we're all British.
Trying, Hector.
And another Chaos Spawn. And a couple of Plague Bearers, well, more than a couple of Plague Bearers. You know, normally I'd be concerned at the appearance of a Chaos Spawn, but I've got Inquisitor Vakir with me, and I've just found out she can banish them. So, why the hell not? I mean, you know, I found out the first time that I had to do an away mission with Inquisitor Vakir, where I was very, very conscious of trying to save her willpower points and not expend them uselessly. But the second she starts channeling the ritual, she is no further use to the team alive, or at least the willpower points aren't. So you may as well use them, because if you don't, you're going to lose them. At the same time, though, that's a lot of Plague Bearers, and I really do need to keep her safe. Because if I don't, Hector isn't going to be able to execute her when she returns from the mission. So, yeah. Right, who's next? What have we got? Iolanthus. No, Paladin Thule. Where can I move him to hit as many of these as possible with his Fury of the Ancients? Because you don't want to engage them in melee unless you're an Interceptor, because Interceptors' melee attacks can't be parried. That'll do. Yes, I will warp charge it. Bada bing, bada boom. One dead. One not quite knocked back over the edge. Oh well, that was a shame. 2 left.
No match for the
You know, it's really nice being able to banish Chaos Spawns, because those things are evil.
ready.
I mean, it takes a squad to kill one. Let's move Librarian Forrest up here so I can get eyes on where it is that we actually need
Commander,
to go.
it is there on the top of the
Yes,
dais.
there it is.
That is where it must be done.
I feel the need for another Gate of Infinity. Get everybody up there. Start this ritual. The sooner we start it, the sooner we can finish it. There is a Chaos Seed over there I can harvest. Unfortunately, you can't use an extracted servo skill on it. But if I am running out of willpower, I can always grab that. Meanwhile, just to call Iolanthus. Can I do anything useful with him? I want to try to get him as close as possible to do his Rend and Cleave ability, because that can hit both of them, and it can't be parried. But I don't think they're close enough together. Intercept the Storm can get up there and kill that one, but I only have 1 action point left. I could just teleport up there. May even get the action point back for it. Yeah, we'll do that. Fingers crossed. Action point refund? Yes! Hooray! Still has 3 action points. Right, kill this one. And then kill the other one. Do I need a full strike? I don't think so. Might need a full strike the second hit, just to ensure it dies. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, hammer hand. Let's go for a crit. It does do bonus crit damage. Should be enough. Wasn't enough to kill it. Ah. Iolanthus. It can parry the first attack made against it though, can't it? Oh well. Let's roll the dice, see what happens. And it didn't parry it. It looks like we're going to live. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's get up there. Let's get this ritual started. The sooner we start it, the sooner we finish it, the sooner we can all go home, and Hector can execute the Inquisitor.
Focus, Inquisitor Vakir. Stay with the squad.
The biosignature seems to be in flux.
She is nothing if not persistent. She must prevail.
I'm busy, if I must.
Ade awe indorinen, morenaken musenia.
Three turns to complete the ritual. Inquisitor Vakir must survive. Everybody else is expendable. Okay, so Paladin Tool is going to defend here. Now, I'm looking around the room. There are no Chaos Gates opening, which means that there are a limited number of ways that the forces of Chaos can actually approach. They're not going to be able to come at us from over here. There's nothing over there, no way for them to get through, which means they're basically going to have to approach from the front and come up these staircases. So if I deploy everybody accordingly, everything should be good, right? Let's get everybody together inside Paladin Tool's defensive zone, ready to meet whatever comes up those stairs and kick their asses into the middle of next week. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Oh, fuck off, game.
Am I up there, caged on your ship? Or are you down here, trapped with me?
You are nothing!
Perhaps. But I still have unspoken truths you lust after. All you need to do is ask.
No!
I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Right, the fetid bloat drone is doing this thing that's called paralytic reprisal, which means if you shoot it, it reflects the shots back at you. Kind of. That's more or less how it works. So don't shoot it, basically. Teleport everybody over, start carving them up. So, intercept the storm. His teleport strike is going to do crazy amounts of damage to these things. I want to end up standing next to the plague ridden though. Yeah, I'll warp charge it. It's going to outright kill 2 of them. Do I need to? No. Don't need to. There's plenty of other members of the squad who can just shoot down the ones on low health. Because they're plague bearers. They can't parry 40mm high explosive bullets. Right. Wait, no, that's... Oh, what a mess. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to do Fury of the Ancients and finish them off with that, but yeah, I kind of fucked that up. Okay, fine. It's already done its parry, so it's not going to parry again. Fine, we'll kill one. Interceptor Storm. No. Just to cart Iolanthus. Rend the Unclean. Warp charge it, it will hit both of them. Yep, we'll do that. That can't parry. Also does a knockback. It doesn't knock back the fetid bloat drone, it's too big. But it knocked back the plague bearer. Now then. You can shoot it. Oh, that's unfortunate actually, because you've managed to shoot it into partial cover. Alright, tell you what, in that case, we'll just smack the fetid bloke then. Couple of other people who can finish off the Plague Bearer. Nice. Fetid bloke thrown down. This group wasn't actually that bad. Remember to shoot. Well, it doesn't matter actually, it's Intercept the Storm, his attacks can't be parried. Why is it not gonna... Oh, Cloud of Flies, it's not a Plague Bearer, it's a Plague Ridden. So you don't shoot Plague Ridden because they generate a Cloud of Flies that reduces range damage by 2. You just get in there and smack him in the face with your sword. That works. Occasionally you have to hit him more than once, but you know, whatever. Right, 2 turns to go.
Destroyed.
That wasn't actually that bad. I was expecting far worse. And since I can't predict where the enemies are going to come from now, thanks game, I'm just going to deploy everybody around the good Inquisitor so that she can survive the next 2 turns and return to the ship fit and healthy so Hector can execute her. Because you can't execute a corpse, can you? That's right, it stands to reason. I mean, that's just common sense. Right, anyway. Set up for the next turn. 2 to go. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Is it, Carter? The gates of chaos unleashed. Second herald to the Bloom's magnificence and its inevitable Morbus.
How many must have fled here in their final hours, seeking sanctuary from this madness?
Millions of prayers cried out into the void, all unanswered by your false emperor.
We will answer them now. Your wretched seeds will fuel our beacon of hope.
Yes, yes, keep that hope alive. I will savor its sweet essence when I feast on your soul in the garden.
It is done. Knights of Titan, rally to me. This ritual is nearly complete.
Yeah, I can see that.
My power is yours.
Where is everybody? I mean, there I was, all prepped and ready to defend the Inquisitor. And nothing happened. 1 more turn to go. Alright, let's dig in and defend again. Let's see if the forces of chaos are paying attention this time.
Ready.
I said, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Inquisitor, I charged you to end this bloom. Why do I find you within this maelstrom of corruption?
I brought you here.
Our goal was to reach you, Supreme Grandmaster. We cannot destroy the bloom without your aid.
Speak then.
The Grey Knight's archives describe your plight beyond the Veil, that you know the way to the Garden of the Plague God.
Aye. My curse binds me to the Immaterium. The Garden of Nurgle is vast, but I have found my way through its confounding pathways before.
The roots of the bloom, the source of its power. We know that they lie deep within the garden, out of our mortal reach.
It is no small feat to navigate the Plague God's domain, but the bloom's stench is more putrid than all others. With luck, I will locate and sever these roots before my trespass is noted.
We would give our lives to fight with you, my lord.
I know it, Hector, but I would not have my brothers share this cursed fate. You must yet hold the line until I can achieve this task you have set for me.
As you command, my lord. We are the hammer.
In the meantime, look within yourself, Cartha Fakir. Your strength is yet needed. Farewell.
That all did seem kind of easy. Almost as if the forces of the Plague God wanted us to succeed. Nah. Then again, Cadex didn't seem too upset when Supreme Grandmaster Draco turned up. Actually, you know, if you were to look back at the events of the previous video, the clues were all there. Because when all hope seemed lost, with the Codex Toxicus destroyed, with no way of tracking down and eliminating the remaining 2 demon princes, with the only other option being heading deep into the Garden of Nurgle, someplace none of us could go to destroy something that none of us had the weapons capable of destroying. Who was it exactly who mentioned the name of Supreme Grandmaster Kaldor Drago? Who was it who brought that name up just as Ector was about to execute the Inquisitor? Who was it who planted that seed of hope? It wasn't Brother Purifier Ector. It wasn't Inquisitor Cartha Vakir. It was Cadex.
Even for the Grey Knights.
I have no more insight to offer. We cannot track the remaining Reapers, nor can we walk into hell itself armed with only faith and fury. Even if we could, no weapon we possess could hope to cut them so close to the source of their power. I see no hope in this.
And this is where the clue was laid for us in the last video. Watch Cadex. He sees Ector's about to do it, and it's he who intervenes.
There is none left for you, Carter. Not even the disgusting Grandmaster could help you now.
What did it say?
Contradiction. Kaldor Drago travels the warp freely.
Throne!
Additional, he bears the Titan sword.
No purer blade has ever existed.
Uncertain.
Cadex, you sneaky fucking Russian.
On Titan which surpasses it.
Have we just walked into a trap? Or worse, have we just sent the Supreme Grandmaster into a trap?
Our meeting on the craft world was
Oh
blind.
shit.
We cannot simply shout.
He comes to you, Master. The fool needs to take you by surprise. Show me. You have done well, Cadex. I will have vengeance at last. The Carver will not leave this garden alive.
No!
It appears we are being watched, my lord. Hello, little spy. That's it, Carter. Call your minions. You can all wait together.
Oops. It was all her idea.
The demon alerted its master to our plans. How is that possible?
I'm not certain. I believe it might have been during the ritual on Sacrista. Cadex has retained some agency since I entered his mind.
Agency? What agency?
Taunts, murmurs, voices I have ignored.
Oh, it has been a little more than that.
Have we just damned the Supreme Grandmaster to an ambush and death?
Precisely.
No, Ektar. I only did what I believed necessary to advance our cause.
Our cause now? Inquisitor Vakir, with one blow, you have turned all of our efforts to serve the aims of chaos. With your leave, Commander.
You are right. I have failed us.
Ector! Analyze. The Inquisitor is the only being with an erudite understanding of what we face. Without her, we are truly lost.
Without the Supreme Grandmaster, we have already lost.
Denial. This act is reckless. The Inquisitor's biodiagnostics have not yet totally collapsed.
So you would have us follow this traitor until she does?
This is too much. Like children.
Rationalize. We have all been deceived. Counter-proposal. We intervene on the Supreme Grand Master's behalf.
Are your logic pathways fried, Dominus? No mortal can navigate their way through the Garden of Nurgle.
No mortal.
Silence! Your words have done harm enough.
Hector! In 987 years, I have not observed a Grey Knight falter in his duty. Yet you fear this?
Say your piece, Fakir.
It is true. No mortal can find their way to the Garden of Nurgle, but a demon will always return to its master.
What?
Yes. Cadex has burrowed into my mind. If you were to banish him, I might use that connection to track his spirit as it returns past the veil, back to its master.
More conjecture.
Support. Archival analysis indicates stellar coordinates can be transmitted via astral telepathy.
Both of you now? Dominus, even if we gamble on the purity of her intentions, this notion barely amounts to a roll of the dice and a prayer.
That is all I have left, Ektar. But what does the effort cost you? Another demon banished to the warp?
What of your baleful edict? Are you so eager to see it fall into the Plague God's hands?
The edict will fulfill its purpose. I am a priest of Mars. Sentimentality is for the flesh.
Fakir, your soul stands at the precipice. You have proven yourself stronger than any human I've known. But if you falter in this, even for a moment, I will have no choice but to cut you down.
I would ask nothing less of you.
Commander, you have led us capably since Agravain's fall, but in this our direction is clear. If we yet have hope to intervene for the sake of the Supreme Grand Master and put an end to this bloom, we have no choice but to pursue it.
Well, shit. Plot twists. And on that bombshell, that's it for today. More in the next episode. In the meantime, as always, be pure, be vigilant, behave.